I want to take a moment to share with you why I'm so passionate about helping people improve their dating life. You see, I remember back when I was in high school, it was when I was voted least likely to ever get a girlfriend in school. I wanted to go on a mission to prove to my friends that actually I did have what it takes. And I will never forget the crush that I had on Samantha Evans. Samantha Evans was gorgeous. She was this cute little blonde woman and I was obsessed with her. And I remember that I decided I would prove everyone wrong and prove that I could be the guy that can get a girlfriend by inviting Samantha Evans out on a date. I remember I was waiting for the perfect opportunity and it just never seemed to come. And every day I got more and more nervous about doing this. And I decided that ultimately I just got to get it done. And so I see Samantha walking down the school corridor with two girls either side of her. I walk up to her and I say, "Hey Samantha, would you like to go to the dance with me?" Before Samantha could say a word, her two friends look at me and go, "Huh, with you? Yeah, right. Like Samantha would ever date a guy like you." And they all walk off laughing. I was completely destroyed. It shattered my confidence with women and it took me years before I would ever get it back. Now what's fascinating about that moment is the reason that I felt that it was okay to invite Samantha Evans out was because of the amount of times that she'd smiled at me, the amount of times that we laughed and joked in class, the good conversations we'd have, the fact that she'd be willing to share like her pencil with me if I needed it. In fact, years later, I realized that all of those signs that she was showing me were actually signs of attraction. So what went wrong? What happened? Well, as one of the world's leading dating coaches, I can now tell you, Samantha never rejected me. It was her friends. You see, the power of social proof is so huge that people aren't often willing to go against their friends even if they feel differently. Looking back on the situation, I can see that me and Samantha really did have some kind of a connection. That doesn't mean that she definitely wanted to date me, but it does mean that she might have been open to going on a date with me, except for the fact that her friends jumped in and they were the ones that ruined it. Being able to look back on these past situations makes a really big difference in my own dating life. It means that a lot of the things that I thought were failures before actually become lessons, and they've helped me make decisions and correct my behavior in the future. Unfortunately, because of the Samantha Evans situation, for many years, whenever a woman showed interest in me, I assumed she just wasn't interested in me, and I backed away and pulled away. And I probably ruined opportunities at times when I really could have had a chance with that person, but I gave up because I didn't think it worked. And there are so many people out there in that situation where because of a bad association, you're seeing a sign that should tell you it's okay to do something, and yet you've got a fear that it might not be right or it might be wrong and that it will fail, and so you don't do anything. Now, I know how bad that situation ended up for me. Between you and I, it got so bad for me that there were points when I considered ending my own life. I felt I would never find love, no one would ever want me, and that I truly would die alone. Looking back on that situation now, I realized that I would never have had the incredible life I've got to live if I'd ever made that decision. I mean, now I live in a house with two beautiful women, I have 4 lovely children, and I truly enjoy every single aspect of my life and helping people just like you. The reason I'm so passionate to do this is because I want to make sure that you don't have to deal with any of the things that I had to deal with. Have you had situations in your past that are messing you up and making it difficult for you to understand whether somebody does want you or doesn't want you? I don't want you to have to deal with that. Have you ever felt so depressed and so lonely that maybe you're considering ending it all? I don't want you to feel that either. And this is why I'm so passionate to help you. And this is why I was so passionate to create the ACE formula. You see, I've spent years teaching this subject, 15 years give or take, teaching people about how to generate attraction. I've done it via books, via seminars, I've done it via weekend workshops, and even via intensive programs where people come and live, in fact, in this house here for a week at a time. And while each one of these things is proven to help you, I found that nothing is more effective than working with somebody over a period of about 6 months and truly helping them multiple different ways, giving them the videos they need, the examinations they need, giving them the coaches they need, giving them the feedback, and then meeting with them live and helping them even further. This is why I am so motivated to help people and why I want so many people to jump on board with the ACE formula and help them fix their dating life once and for all. If you have struggled with your dating life and always wondered whether something could ever fix it, I'm telling you, the ACE formula is the solution. If you've bought a book or a DVD or a video program, maybe you've just watched YouTube videos trying to learn how to fix your dating life and yet it doesn't seem to work, I'm telling you it's because you haven't had the right people in your corner helping you and giving you that feedback and looking at where you might be going wrong, where you can't see it yourself and you need that help. I created this program because I wanted to make sure that no one goes through the pain, the trouble, or that nasty situation where you see good signs as bad signs, just like I did, ever again. And the only way I can help you is if you take a minute and you fill in the application form to apply to take part in the ACE formula. There is absolutely no obligation to buy from filling it in, but you do have to know that if we feel there's a fit and if you feel that this is right for you, then you will gain access to the full ACE formula program. And while yes, it absolutely does cost money because of course it's a 6-month program and it's going to cost time and investment that you're going to need to put in, ultimately, you'll have the satisfaction of knowing that within the next 6 months, you can put all your dating problems behind you. And that means you can take the energy that you waste on looking at text messages that people don't respond to, or messaging people who ignore you, or going on dates that flake, or end up in relationships for 6 to 18 months that only end up with you being left single and wondering why somebody doesn't want to be with you. All of those problems will be a thing of the past as you can look forward to knowing how to make your dating life exactly the way you want it to be, living it and enjoying living with someone who loves you and craves you and wants to be with you every single day. Knowing you're in a relationship where the sex doesn't dry up after a while and you're with somebody that helps support you and pushes you on to bigger and better things. Think about how many years you've been wasting, waiting for your dating life to get on track, telling yourself that you're going to become bigger and more successful and have that wonderful future you want as soon as you get this handled. And yet year after year rolls by and you're still not getting that dating life that you want. With the ACE formula, you will have your ideal dating life and you'll even be able to reflect on those past failures and turn them into lessons that help you succeed even further. And finally, you'll be able to work on those things that you really want to be doing, like becoming more successful, building that life and that future for you and your partner. And this is why I am so passionate about helping people solve this problem and why I'm passionate about helping you. So please do yourself a favor. Click on the link, fill in the application form, and at least talk to our team, and let's see if there's a fit. Go ahead, do that now. Click on the link. I look forward to hopefully seeing you in the ACE formula.